gotta say, I've been doing this about 15 years, and I've seen Springdale for about 12 of those. And this is hands down, I think, the best they've looked in a decade. Welcome, everybody. Josh the RV Nerd with Bish's RV over here with some very nice 2025 updates here. I don't know exactly when it happened. Springdale didn't look bad last year. They've been improving steadily last couple of years. They have that rich Keystone feeling back that love and feeling wasn't there for a while. You know that scene in Top Gun where they're singing in the bar? I feel like they have that vibe back, like they found that magic again. This is a very popular couples camper right here. Like it fits into a lot of half-ton towability. It gives us a private bedroom in the front, a very nicely sized living room with plenty of wide open space and awesome countertop capacity with some, not amazing, but some campsite window coverage. But I really like how it puts the theater seat in the slide facing the entertainment center, albeit this brand doesn't include a factory standard TV. It does give you the chance to kind of put in the screen that you would prefer. But a giant rear dinette on this sucker with a floating table is something that I like. So if you want to get that table out of there, you could almost makeshift it into an island. You could use the rear dinette like a lounge. It can fold down into a big sleeper. You could turn the sofa into a dinofa kind of situation thanks to that floating table. They are also a little bit taller inside with a 6'9" floor to ceiling clearance, which is something that I personally really like because it means I can stand in the shower. Now, I tend to be a park camping pavement princess myself, but I really appreciate the 220 watt solar package that's standard on this because it will keep my batteries from passively decaying while the RV is not hooked up. And basically, you know, when you go to camp and you go to hit that power tongue jack button, it's going to be there and it's going to be ready for you. Now, like any RV, it has some great qualities and it has some things that you may not like. And I want to go through to try to point out both of those to be fair and candid and transparent. And if you appreciate that approach, hit that subscribe button and let's see what this one maybe does or doesn't have to offer. And you share what you like and dislike as we go as well in the comments. Now, I don't normally do this. We're actually starting up beside the bed in the bedroom and working our way back. And I'm doing that because I noticed something. I don't even know how well it's going to show up on camera. But when you move from the bedroom bathroom to the living room, you notice how the light fixtures change. These are a stark polar white. They have no sort of yellowing tinge to them. And it definitely makes the space look open and airy and fresh, but it also makes it feel a little bit sterile like a doctor's office. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you prefer the look of it that way. I don't know. It's just a thing that kind of occurred to me as I was walking through. I'm like, there's two color zones in this RV, but it also makes the bedroom and bathroom feel a little more cozy and private, you know? So I don't know. Maybe there's something to it. We do have central air, thankfully. Otherwise, you'd be dying in the bedroom and bathroom of this thing. And it's a 6'9" floor to ceiling clearance. So you actually have a little more headroom through the entire RV. The exterior roof line is barreled, but the interior ceiling is linear. And a linear interior ceiling, I actually have noticed, provides easier, better factory fit and finish because it's harder to make stuff match up on a curvature. But also, it just provides more headroom, the opportunity for a taller shower. When the sidewalls are bigger, the RV benefits in more ways. Like here, I mean, as long as we're staring at it, the storage, oh my lord, the storage overhead, the dinette here, it's something that on a barreled ceiling is a lot tougher. Now, obviously it gravity drops on you, and you've got the whole dinette is nothing but storage. That can fold down into a giant sleeper, basically. There's also the opportunity for that to just be a wide open lounge. You can float the table around. You could use the table like an extension of the kitchen counter, almost like an island prep space if need be, but I don't think you're going to need to do that a whole heck of a lot on this one, because when we turn around, you see that the kitchen will also have plenty of its own space. This floor plan does offer a lot of awesome breeze window coverage. The camp side of the RV doesn't have the most window coverage, but it's definitely better than a lot of other RVs that I've seen. And have you noticed how there's power outlets on both sides of the dinette built right into the walls? That's actually one of the best unsung benefits, I think, of stick and tin campers. A lot of people ask, you know, what's better, aluminum or wood-built structures? And a lot of people will immediately just say aluminum. That's why it's more expensive. But what if that wasn't exactly that simple? What if the aluminum construction, you were getting, basically, you're paying more for less weight? Whereas if you can handle more weight on the RV, you can stick with a stick-built structure. Neither is stronger. Neither is proven to be longer lasting. They have different benefits. Heck, I've got a whole video dedicated to this topic. But one of the cool benefits of a stick-built camper is, if you notice, they can put the power outlets literally anywhere they want in the walls. And it is a very handy benefit to have power outlets near your kitchen countertop. Now, this series does not include a factory-supplied TV. They give you a nice spot for it straight across from the theater recliners right here. And this is a floor plan that is usually found in the world of laminated RVs. So typically, including a TV is what you're sort of used to seeing. But this is a little more, whoa, I almost fell standing up, budget-sensitive kind of series. Along with that note, even though they have done some things, I think, to really improve the look of these, like the general tufting and quilting on the like seating, it is not a propane oven. They did delete the propane oven out of the Springdale series a little while ago because it's the most expensive single propane object in the RV. And frankly, most of us don't use it. Now, there's definitely some people like, what are you talking about? Where I live, people camp and cook their cookies and biscuits and those things every single morning. I totally understand that. I respect that. But if you ask the vast majority of RVers, do you use the oven regularly? Well, actually, I tell you what, leave us a comment. Anybody watching this video, anyone who's owned an RV with an oven, leave a note. How often did you use it? Like, did you use it all the time? Did you never use it? Was it a bread box? Did you use it for storage? Was it a situation where you used it once or twice just to say you did? You know, I don't know. Leave everybody a note. Maybe Springdale's wrong. And if they are, there's other builders that you could certainly choose from. But I love the fact that they squared off this countertop because it gave us absolutely maximum countertop space here. And that is a lot of builders who make this layout. They cut that kitchen counter back. And if you ask people 10 times out of, well, no, I don't want to say that. I would say 9 times out of 10, the vast majority of the time, people really like it when the countertop is squared off because it maximizes the storage, it maximizes the prep space, it just creates a better, more functional area. And it's personal and it's subjective, and I will tell you that my camera doesn't always see things the way the naked eye does, but I feel like this is the best looking Springdale in terms of like color palette and fit, finish, and appeal that I have seen, like I said, in over a decade. So way back when, I think starting around 2011 or 2012 is when I first started getting my hands on Springdale campers. And at the time, they were the #2 most popular, highest volume thing in the entire industry. They've slipped a little since, but I'm liking what I'm seeing. They might be in a position here to start climbing back up the ranks a little bit. You let me know what you think. In the meantime, we're going to crack open storage here. They didn't go with a fireplace in this one. They opted for maximum storage. One, let's just be real, because it's less expensive. That was one of the major motivating factors behind not including a fireplace. But the second thing is, some people like a fireplace, and some people don't. But pretty much everybody likes storage. So they decided to go with storage because everybody likes it, and it costs less. So while there's some people like, hey, no fireplace, no sale, they decided that they're gonna hedge their bets a different direction. And that's a slippery slope kind of argument, but when you're in a price-sensitive segment like this, that is what you run into pretty darn frequently. Did you notice, by the way, we have a carpetless floor flush slide. That's a rack and pinion slide, by the way. It's a nice heavy-duty slide, so if you go loading up that pantry and fridge super heavy-duty, she should be fine, you know. They have maintained floor-ducted heating. They are using a little bit different heat vent cover, though. It's not like a frickin' deli slicer on your feet, which is something I certainly appreciate. Now, as we're walking up through this middle bathroom, I'm at a weird angle, so take a look at the right side of the screen, and you can see the all the kind of storage stuff that we have going on over here. Now, a walk-through bathroom provides benefits and drawbacks, just like everything else. It allows the RV to have a bigger bathroom with more storage and a rectangular instead of radius shower in a shorter total length, which helps keeps the RV less expensive. Those are all really strong qualities and benefits. But if somebody's in here, and let's say someone is down here using the toilet. In fact, I'll do my toilet selfie champion routine where you can see all the elbow room in the world here. If someone's in the bathroom, if they're on the toilet, maybe they're using the shower, you've cut the camper in half. Well, not quite in half, but you get what I mean. You've blocked the camper out. So if you want to get up to the bedroom or from the bedroom to living room, you have to go outside to do it. And for some folks, that is really not an appealing option. Well, you know, there's different builders will make different versions of a floor plan sometime. There may be a builder out there like J-Feather basically makes a layout like this. I think it's called 26RL with a walk around shower bathroom instead of a walk through shower bathroom. So, you know, you have options, you have choices. Even if you find a floor plan you generally like, rarely does only one manufacturer make it. Now, I'm not in fisheye wide angle lens. It would make this a lot easier, but that is a short queen mattress. That is not a full length 60 by 80 true queen. Could you put a true queen in here? Yes. It's really going to dominate the room, though. It's going to come very, very close to that sliding pocket privacy door. And you see the red paddle flap on that entry door right there? That is a deadbolt, by the way. Now, because of where the awning arm is located between the door and the wardrobe there, they did not have the opportunity for a campside window. So even a frosty glass window to let some light while maintaining privacy here, I feel would have been nice. But here's the thing. It's not really well, I think, known and understood to the consumer marketplace. Adding a window into that door at a dealership like ours is actually a pretty simple thing. Sorry, my brain keyed into the fact that those totes don't have the exact same stripe pattern to them. The fabric is slightly different on all of them, and my brain was like, wait a minute, what's going on? I don't know. It was like some weird RV acid trip inside my head for a second there. Now, both sides of the bed, they don't have USB plugs, but they do have households. And this set over here is inverter prepped. Actually, several sets of the household outlets in this RV are prepped for an inverter. So if you choose to add one, I think there's like 5 or 6 different set of household outlets in this that could be powered off your battery, although it'll deplete your battery more quickly. But take a look at this. They put a nice chunk of bonus storage over here in that corner. Now, it's basically all folding dresser storage, but a lot of the feedback that I've heard from a lot of people is they, in a camper like this, they don't need a place to hang Uncle Gary's sundress. What they need is a place to fold up a bunch of t-shirts and jeans and stuff like that. So with that in mind, if I crack these open, you see that your 2 side hanging wardrobe closets, those actually have removable shelves in them. So if you want to maximize the dresser storage, you can. Alternatively, obviously, you have some hanging storage there. And I was very happy to see that the bed was an easy lift space. And in case you're curious, the little flip up on the stand that I showed you that goes into the front pass-through, it's a classic laundry chute. You can keep a laundry basket down there so that you have a place to put yesterday's clothes now that it's today. And when you get home from your trip, you open the door, you grab the basket. You don't even have to unlock the camper to get to your laundry, which is kind of handy. The other thing on that laundry chute, it's small enough that I think even the skinniest of crackheads wouldn't be able to break into your camper through that thing there. So closing the slides up, as you probably expected, we're going to encounter what I call 2-stage travel access, where unless you play with the slide a little bit, you're going to have to go outside and go into the front door to get into the bedroom and the bathroom. Now, the fridge, you can't fully open the door, but you can open it enough. Now, obviously, you know, all of your kitchen remains readily available and accessible here. One of the other kind of very cool aspects, though, of a rack and pinion slide is that if you want to, it is actually okay with these to open the slide partially, just enough to crack that bathroom door to get through. Now, to be fair, the way this is orientated, I think you're basically going to have to open it about 2/3 to 3/4 of the way, but you could. Now, one of the other neat little aspects of this floor plan is, you know, like with that rack and pinion slide, you should not be sitting in the sofa while it's anything but fully extended. But the dinette doesn't have that restriction. The dinette is fully fixed within the body of the RV, so that remains fully useful and functional. And as long as we're doing all the road mode stuff, instead of just telling you that you can get to the bedroom and bathroom through the other door, I figure why not show you? Because, you know, we're watching a video. That's sort of the point, right? So can you get to basically everything for transit? Yes. Can you get to it all from one door? No. Do you appreciate how we get you this footage? You leave me a note and let me know. So as we take a second look at the weights and measures over there on the left, I would mention that this specific copy of this RV that we're looking at scaled out to 6,210 pounds. I don't know if that differs from what's on screen, which is the generic website brochure weights, but the one in front of us is 6,210. And even with the GVW, even factoring the hitch weight, this does qualify, I think, for what a lot of people would consider half-ton towable under most circumstances. It is always situational. Where you tow factors in as much as what you tow, frankly. But there's some decent capacities here. We do have a tankless on-demand water heater. You do have a full hot cold outside utility shower. We also have a single sewer outlet on this one, so you won't have to like hook up and unhook and swap around or carry multiple extra sewer hoses. Underbelly is also enclosed and forced air heated. Now, there's really no stick and tin camper proven to be like 0 to 100 degree capable. There's a lot of various seasonality promises out there, but no actual testing done that I've ever seen. I will say that as far as stick and tins go, this is doing as well as any and about better than most in that regard. Now, I really like how they gave us big baggage doors on both sides and a big full pass-through compartment here. They also are very good about putting a lot of the hardware, like your solar charge controller, your 30-amp Victron MPPT charge controller, up out of the way where cargo doesn't smash it, and your inverter prep. And by the way, if you're not familiar, Victron is one of the most respected... Okay, I just ran into a big steel support beam behind me. Sorry about that. That, did not feel good. Obviously, we're in a facility that at one point has done some production work, and there's scaffoldings and stuff in the way. And unlike my mother, I lack eyes in the back of my head. What was I even talking about? Oh, Victron. One of the most respected names in solar controller hardware. MPPT is a more efficient variety as compared to PWM. So essentially, like this is a 220 watt solar package as compared to a 190 to 200 that most brands have. But it also has a better charge controller that typically is about 10% more efficient, give or take. So in total effect, this RV has about a 25-30% more effective charging solution on it right from the factory level than almost any other stick and tin out there. I think that's actually pretty cool. Again, just to kind of showcase, we do have a nice big full pass-through. We also have the magnet holdbacks on both sides, but what's neat here is they're the magnet holdback with the little magnetic lock pin so that it doesn't fall down and drop on your head. You may have also noticed I popped out the awning for you. I try to remember to do that when I can. I don't always have the opportunity. It showcases, too, how it nicely encapsulates both entry doors. So if you are coming and going on a rainy day, you're good. I will say, depending on the direction the wind's coming from, if you open that bedroom door and the wind is pushing it toward that awning arm, if you crack that awning arm sideways, you have a problem. But to be fair, it's an anti-slam friction hinge. If the wind can push that door that much, you probably shouldn't have the awning out anyway. Frankly, if you have the awning out in that kind of wind, it's probably going to be in the neighbor's front yard, kind of like, that time you saw a guy chasing the trampoline through the neighborhood after a hurricane or whatever. You know what I mean. You've seen the videos, right? Obviously, directly below that little griddle, you have yourself a gas grill quick connect, and you got Dad's medicine cabinet outdoors. It's not 12 volt, it's 110 only. Probably for price and or availability reasons, the RV industry hasn't really adopted a lot of exterior 12-volt refrigerators, but they are slowly starting to creep out there in smaller sizes. I do suspect it's something that we will see eventually over time. Couple details, too. The air conditioner shroud actually is a polar white, so it operates just a little bit more efficiently out there when it's baking in the hot summer sun. And you do have a fully walkable roof on this thing. You can see that it's ladder prepped, and if you need to get up there, it can absolutely handle an American-sized generic adult for service purposes. A little quick housekeeping note. One thing you may notice is like there's a Keystone Hideout parked right behind this Springdale. It looks like a dog sniffing another dog's butt. Anyway, they are pretty much for the first time ever. They used to be sisters. They're almost essentially clones at this point, in the same way that like Salem and Wildwood are clones. So more now than ever, they have become effectively the same thing. They're fraternal twins, as it were. They just have a little different look. They got that same DNA inside them. You can see there's something in there going on, Anyway, I'll leave you some links in the description. You can see where we have one of these parked in stock and what we're asking on a given day. If we're sold out, contact our team. Certainly we can get you some figures. But normally, you don't need to call to get a price tag. We just have that online, and we don't do hidden fees. So there's not a $1,985 go camping package on top of that. Just your taxes and tags to the state. Your state stuff. Everything else we've already included for you, showing you how it works, educating you on the RV, all that kind of stuff. We're doing that for you. So if you appreciate that, hit that subscribe button, like our video. We'll see you the next time around. So take care. stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.